welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and this is my review for Ready to Love season 4 episode 13, 14, I don't know, the reunion part 2. Alright you guys, so before I get into my whole thing about the video, you guys, I started making these videos because I love all these shows and like I really have nobody to talk to about the shows, so I wanted to connect with other people, kind of like share ideas, see what they thought. So I really enjoy when you guys comment and let me know like your perspective of what we're also seeing on the show. Now y'all too, I got on a headband wig, don't come for me. I'm trying to do like a deep side part like Sierra from Love and Hip Hop, so just don't come for me. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. So 2 things happened this week. There was an interview that Simone did. I don't know on whose channel. I haven't watched it myself just yet. But apparently there was some physical activities between Alexis and AJ during this 2-week time when Kyra was gone out of town. Also, that's not also, but like, and 2, in my opinion, how did Alexis not know? Because if you didn't know, why call her to say, hey, me and AJ, whatever. If y'all were not like friends, why call? If y'all were friends, you definitely knew. And I saw an interview Kyra did. She said that she did tell Alexis about her and AJ, so she knew. So they may have had some relations, they're saying, but allegedly, because I really don't know. All right, let's go ahead and now get into the episode. So you guys know the last time it left off, it was like, Kyra, do you want to continue to date AJ? And for me, I felt like Kyra was about to play AJ. I put it in my notes because he was like, you know, not Alexis or whatever. He was like Kyra. So according to Kyra, she feels like, you know, my heart was in AJ and she's taking too many hits. It shouldn't really be this hard, but he knows what to do basically if he wants for them to date again. So again, you guys, on the interview that Kyra did, she says that she was planning things to do for him when she got back in town, but she got this call from Alexis and her plans changed. That's according to the Kyra interview. I think the YouTuber's name is Crystal Jordan. So you guys want to check it out, go ahead and watch it. It was cool, but like stuff we had kind of already knew, except for that little tidbit. So anyway, she said right now her focus is just not on AJ. I mean, we knew that it wasn't AJ on the show, so why would it be AJ, you know, at the reunion? So, okay. Next, we go into what kind of could have been kept out in my opinion, but here we are. They talk about Troy. Sir, they call him Sir Lips a lot, about him kissing everybody and offering chips. They said he offered 3 of the women trips and he kissed at least 5 of the women. So that's like half because there's only 10 women there. They talk about, you know, how he says that he had a short window to get to know them, so he did it. He claimed that he learned to be careful on camera. No, just be careful, period. But okay. And they get into Andrea. We know her as the cat lady. And I kind of wish we saw more of her because I'm pretty sure she's more than just about her cats. Like, I'm sure she's more than just her cats. But anyway, you remember her because of the cat stuff. But anyway, long story short, they found a cat. She decided to go on her date with Christian, and she's learned to be more vocal and assertive. So that was pretty much it. I wish we knew more about like her, Khalil, Ida, Christian, you know, Tressa. I want to know more about them, but I mean, you can follow them on Instagram to kind of see what they got going on. So there's that. Okay, next we see Jason and Kyra, their segment. Now, you guys already know how I feel about Jason. If you are new here, I said that if I was on the show, I would have definitely chosen Jason. It's mainly because he's a teacher, and I love Black male teachers. We have about 2 at my school. We need more. And I think he's cute too, so, but like, yeah. But anyway, they show a never before seen clip of Jason and Kyra discussing mental health and how, you know, she had some like down moments, or like when she thought that maybe she was depressed as well. You know, they showed their relationship, the ups, the downs, the changes, and him choosing Liz at the end, basically. So next, Tommy says, you know what, Jason, what changed? He says he tried to understand where Kyra was, and I will agree, when he asked her about that at the tennis court, that was kind of the end. She's saying, I want to see it all the way to the end, but we're here. So what do you want to do? And he tried to respect that, but at the end of the day, he had a stronger connection with Liz. Whatever. Y'all don't want to know what I think. But anyway, he says he wanted to understand Kyra. Kyra says that she did not feel like he was a safe space for her. And there was a shift when the guys all said her name. Joelle and David also saying Kyra's name. We knew AJ was going to say her name. And we knew Jason would. But you guys, also, Simone been kind of telling all Kyra's little business. But she claimed and said that Jason met Kyra's family. They have spent tons of time together. So she was confused about where the shift happened. So apparently, according to Kyra, it was then. She was like, Kyra said that Jason was telling Kyra, if you don't make a decision, I'll have to go over with Liz. Now, I wonder if that's true or not, because when she said it, he was just like, Kyra, no, like, you tripping. Like, that's not what I said. So Kyra says, I tried to handle you with care. You made a decision, but didn't tell me. But, like, he did not make a decision weeks ahead. He made it during that time at the tennis court. Somebody outside or something. But anyway, Jason says, I did have feelings for you. I was torn. But when it comes to you talking about your heart, your feelings, and like being transparent, you really weren't. And we can all kind of say that as well, because I have watched tons of reviews and they all kind of feel like Kyra should have just said what she feels for Jason, because you kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you do tell him, he could still choose Liz. If you don't tell him, because now it's like, look at you, you was really here for love. So like, she was damned if she do, damned if she don't. If you watching my reviews, excuse me, I like Kyra. So don't come at me too hard in the comments, because I do like Kyra. But anyway, and he was right. She wasn't great at saying how she feels, and I can kind of relate to that. So that's probably why I like her. I'm trying to talk too fast, girl. Calm down. Anyway, Jason says, after there was like kind of a little break, Jason was just like, I'm over this, whatever. I'm tired of her. I guess tired of Kyra, basically. And, Liz was kind of giving him a pep talk, like, you handle yourself well. You did a good job. You did it with respect and class. And, you can tell that they have each other's backs. So I can appreciate it about Jason and Liz at this point. Excuse me. Next, we see David's segment talking about he wants you to unlock your heart, your phone, your Google, your DoorDash, all of that stuff. They show the Pilates date with him and Stacey, and Tommy says, well, do you think this whole password thing was kind of blown out of proportion? David says, yes, he kind of wants full disclosure. He says, I don't want your password, I want your heart. But you really want both. And he's kind of trying to say, like, when you're married, it should be, transparency. And I kind of want to know, like, do you guys share that kind of stuff with your partner if you're, like, married? Like, I think it shouldn't really be a problem, but I don't know. I think it was definitely maybe a miscommunication between David and Stacey. They both probably had bad experiences with, like, trust and, like, privacy. So it kind of was just, they weren't understanding each other in that moment. So basically, next we see Vernicia and Joelle's segment. You guys, I was kind of sad watching it, to be honest, because I was rooting for Joelle and Vernicia, but there were a few like red flags or like for both of them, to just be honest. But they show a never before seen clip of her birthday, and she was like, can I trust you with my heart? I'm sorry, I should not make fun of her, but when she say heart, it's like heart. I'm sorry, but okay. They show when he chose Kyra, and she's saying they're each other's puzzle pieces to the puzzle. Tommy says, like most of us, like looking at y'all, you can tell something was off, because I knew too, I had never seen Vernicia in a live with Joelle. Everybody else, or pictures with each other, because everybody else posting pictures out at the clubs, out at restaurants, just hanging out, and you would never see Vernicia posting with Joelle. So you kind of knew it was off just then. And yes, their body language was telling as well, because they were on the couch, but he's over here, she all the way over there. You can tell it was tension. Her arms were folded, you know, you could kind of tell. But anyway, apparently 2 weeks after the show ended, he changed. She says, we don't talk. He slowed down, and she thought they were on the same page. And she says, he hurt me. She said they spent time together pretty much every day during filming. And I think they said filming was 10 weeks. So I guess they spent all that time together. And they stopped being intimate. Joelle says, you know what? We talk every day. He wanted more of a friendship. And Vernicia says he wanted to be friends, but he neglected me. She talks about how he's been hanging out more with Stacey and Chrysanthemum than her. He says he's single. So it looked like she was about to cry. And he made a point that I kind of picked up on at the ranch with them. But let me see what else they say. He says he does not date Stacey, and he's, you know, they're not seeing other people, or he was not seeing other people. He says he did not try to downplay them. He was just taking his time. And according to like the other cast members, there had been some like back and forth or whatever. Vernicia said that Stacey had kind of overstepped some boundaries, and I don't know. I guess she said that her hand was on his chest in a picture, I guess, or like the video shoot, I think it was, that Stacey did for Joelle. Her hand was on his chest. Joelle says she tried to dictate how I move. She wanted me to spend the night or come to my house to spend the night. And Amber reached out to Joelle, and when his mother-in-law passed away, and Vernicia said she would have been upset had they gone out. Now, I do agree with him when he said it seemed like Vernicia would try to dictate how he moved, what he did and what he didn't do. He seems like a very like sociable guy. He wants to go out. He want to have fun. He gonna take pictures with you. He want to, you know, he already said he was like very friendly with everybody on the cast, male and female. So it kind of seemed like she would have an issue with that. It kind of, that's why I don't want to be like territorial and like clingy, because that's what was happening on the show. I mean, that's what they said about her on the show, but it's kind of seeming like that a little bit. But Tommy says, so you know, Joelle, you have already said you kind of lack communication, and it's kind of back and forth or not or whatever. He says, you know, do you care about her? He says, yeah, I do. I really do care for her. And they kind of agreed that they both kind of took a step back from each other. And Joelle says that apparently, probably Stacey, who she wanted to slap, but apparently if anybody was in his face, she would probably slap him. Now, that would definitely be an issue because, you know, he's popular, he's good looking. So if he's out at the clubs, you're going to have fans that's going to take a picture with you, going to want to be all close to you, hug on you. So, you know, you got to kind of know who you're with. But okay. Tommy says, you know what, how do we mend it? She says, I don't know. I'm not used to having to beg or chase no man. And I think her family made that clear. Her ex made that clear. And now she's making that very clear because, of course, she's beautiful. So she probably can have her pick of men. However, you're on this show because you're single. So, like, you know, you got to kind of mend and bend a little bit. I think the word AJ had used was like somebody has to yield. And I think, I don't want to get into it, but like I know I don't want to get into that because like you can't be used to being so strong, taking care of all your stuff yourself. You don't really know how to let somebody come in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not one of your kids. He is a grown man. So like, well, okay, whatever. Tommy says, Joelle, how do we mend things? And he said, I don't know if I really want to. It kind of don't seem like Joelle could care if they talk or don't talk at that point, honestly. She was like, he changed. He said, well, you changed. And I'm just like, let's just say we gonna be done with it. That's the couple that just didn't make it. And most of the couples don't make it anyway. So if they do make it, it's a surprise, to be 100% honest. All right, we see Detroit talking to Vernicia in the hallway. She's crying. She says she has nothing else to say to him. And it really kind of sucks because they seemed like they could at least have been friends. And I would say this also about Kyra and AJ. When you see them on the live, I know somebody in the comments said, she went off on me or whatever, but when you see Kyra and AJ on their lives, they seem like, if nothing else, they have a friendship. So I wish that, Joelle and Vernicia could have also had a friendship. But anyway, next we see David and Liz talking about the whole, how when Liz called David about Jason, she said that he still had her heart. And I noticed that in the background when they played Liz saying he has my heart, Jason over there grinning. And this whole thing, I was just like, oh my goodness. Tommy says, why didn't you let her speak? You kind of ran up out of there. He claims that Liz shared a part of her testimony, that if she gets close to a man, they normally kind of leave her. They go back and forth about, what did you say in front of your friends? Did you kiss Jason today? And he was like, no, he didn't do that. And they talking about, it was a lie. No, you a lie. No, I was embarrassed. No, whatever. Long story short, he ended up apologizing to her for how he kind of acted. And I did notice that, like, when he went to hug Liz, it was an awkward hug. It was awkward. He tried to, give her a little kiss on the forehead, right here, but, it looked awkward. Did you guys pick up on that? Or am I, tripping? Or, reading too much into it? But it just looked awkward to me. Anyway, so after the scenes with Jason and, with David and Liz, she goes back to sit next to Jason, and he was like, my nigga, is what it sounded like he said. They kind of fist bump, they kiss. So you can kind of tell they are definitely have a little bond. You can kind of tell watching them two. So next they show Jason and Liz. Tommy asks, why are you attracted to her? Or what attracted you to Liz? He says she's honest. Oh no, I'm sorry. Liz says he's honest, consistent, strong, spiritual. Jason gets into this whole thing about how she positioned herself to be pursued by him. And I kind of feel like he was kind of digging at Kyra a little bit, because there was one point when he was like, I'm not looking back, I'm good where I'm at. And it was kind of like he made it seem as though if Kyra tried, he would be like, no. Am I tripping? I hope I'm not. But anyway, he says he figured out what was best for him, and that, it was Liz. Tommy says, well, how is intimacy? And see, I appreciate Liz in this moment, because she's like, we are intimate. And see, a lot of people think intimacy is just sex, when it's not. There are so many other ways to be intimate. She talked about that, how they are affectionate, they are close, they are best friends. He talks about, he does have restraint, and he knows that, they are on the path to, being together for real. So he's not worried about the physical right now. He's worried about everything else that goes along with that. So they say their relationship is growing. They feel safe together. Liz says that he reminds her of her dad, and they are together. They're good. And I noticed that Kyra did look a little bit sad to me, but, Kyra ain't ugly either. So, she'll be fine. I don't think it's going to be AJ, because it's just not. I don't see it. He may try again, but, I don't think it's going to be him. But anyway, so Tommy asked everybody to go ahead and give updates and final words. And Davis, he didn't ask everybody though. I wanted to hear about Ida, Andrea, Christian, Khalil, but he didn't ask everybody. So Davis says he's gonna be dating now. Alexis says she's at peace and her king will come. Girl, stay out of AJ DMs, please. Your king will find you, okay? This platform, they gonna find y'all. Don't even trip. AJ says he's gonna put himself out there. He knows what he has to do. I guess that may be about Kyra, but it's just, don't even worry about it. I mean, his DMs too probably gonna be lit. But anyway, Chris Santiam says she's gonna continue to date. KG and Amber, he says, KG feels redeemed and they're happy, whatever. Jason and Liz says they're exclusively dating each other and he's cool. When he said he's cool, he was kind of like, there's no going back. I think it was what he said. I hope that's what he said. That's what I wrote. But to me, it made it seem like, to Kyra, like, I ain't going back to you. I'm good over here. Even if it don't work out with Liz, I ain't going back with you. Is what it kind of seemed like to me. But okay. Troy talking about he want another chance too, like KG. And he want to be on the DC season. We don't want to see you on no season DC. Now look, y'all, look. When they come back to Atlanta, if y'all see the casting or whatever, please let me know. I can start working out now, okay? Let me know when they are coming back to Atlanta so I can go ahead and apply, okay? But that's pretty much it. That's all I have, you guys. Please don't forget to leave your comments. And again, you all, I do not have anybody to talk to about these shows. So I want to talk to you guys, like, about what y'all think, what happened. I'm about to go watch all the people that I normally watch and their reviews and try to find some new ones to watch too. Oh, also, I'm also reviewing Put a Ring on It. And this week, Potomac, The Real Housewives of Potomac, come on Sunday. I'm going to be reviewing that too. So if you watch any of those shows, go ahead and press subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.